Go for it. Oop. It's slide out. Okay, so even on the volley warm-up, the one thing I'd ask everyone, expect yourself to take 2 steps no matter what each time you're receiving the ball. Minimum 2. Here you go. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Minimum 2 steps. Heads up. Heads up, Tony. Here we go. That's all right. Minimum 2, even when I'm feeding it to you. Yeah. Oi, oi. What's that, Jim?
I'm thinking about moving instead of hitting.
So you end up not doing either. Take 2 steps forward no matter what. You'll be all right. All right, here we go. Got you. Yes. Ah, interesting.
That would be over a pickleball.
Still a dirty word for me. We've got a lot of friends that are kind of doing both. Oh, a near miss already. It's only been 5 minutes. Come on, he got hit 3 times last time we came out. He gets it past this one.
I'm still a champion.
Right behind you. Here you go. Gotcha. Oh, jeez. Who needs coffee? Come on. Rough out here. Okay, fellas, let's clear that net. We're going to start this again, but if you find yourself hitting the ball into the net over and over again, there are lots of things you could say to yourself about your technique. Don't. Just aim higher. I'm serious. Is it my grip? Is it my turn? Is it my... Blah, blah, blah. Just aim higher, all right? I'll yap if I see something glaring. Here we go. Nah, it's all good. Aim higher on the next one. Interesting. I see you. I see you. Way to move. There it is, Jim. We're on our way. Good. A couple more. That was nice. There it is. And switch. Fellas, come my way. Tony Vent, take the walk. I'll be feeding to y'all. Same difference. Little different. Me feeding to you instead.
All the net balls on you guys.
I'm not friendly with the feet. We'll be all right. Yeah, Tony's like, get these out of here. Clean slate, clean slate.
He's our OCD star.
Okay.
That's Orange County Department of Corrections.
Same shout, fellas. 2 steps, easy through. There it is, Tony. Ready, Vent?
I got Tony.
Heads up. Sheesh. What are you holding back for? Here we go.
That's why.
Here you go. Heads up. Heads up. What? Defend yourself. Yo. Heads up. I see it. That was solid. Nice reply, Jim. Good. Looked up a second. Heads up. Yep, no worries. Here we go. Heads up. Tony's smacking it. Whoops. There you go. Okay. Heads up. Okay, when you guys go back and check the tape, I want you to count how many steps you take as you're receiving the ball. You'll be lucky to get one, right? And most of us are like this and leaning, doing all kinds of things, but literally just 1, 2 little casual steps will change the whole game. See, it doesn't seem like much, but man, it's a world of difference. Your toe versus your knee. Everything, everything. I mean, I say it as the guy running in and sitting down on the bench, but that is the idea. You move in, you get better clearance, better everything. 3 more each. There it is. Okay. We'll take it. Okay, so, well, everybody head on over to the other side. Everyone head this way. Good, so continuing on with volley. I'm going to ask everyone to do something. When I feed the ball, everyone's going to get a forehand volley. And I'll just feed opposite side for yourself, man. All right? On your forehand volley, as you move in to hit this volley, I want to make sure that you do these 2 things. All right? First, your racket head must begin over your hand when you're getting ready to hit a volley, okay? If your racket head's down here, when you go to hit your volley, this is going to throw you off more than most people know, all right? So we start off here. Second thing, control your control your right shoulder. On your way in, bring your right shoulder behind and then level it at contact. Behind, level, behind, level. This behind level is way more important than this. This is weak compared to this. Your core is really, really strong. Even if I don't move my arm at all and I just turn a little bit, the ball's gone. Because that rotation, the core strength is way stronger than a push. Push is nothing, you know, but that rotation is heavy. So either way, you're here, racket head's above, right shoulder back, right shoulder level. That's the idea. Okay, I had a coach in SoCal that was also a dance instructor, a ballet instructor. He could you would never tease him. Like he was a crazy guy and he looked like he would hurt anybody that said anything about it. So y'all just kind of mum. But here's the idea. They learn a concept in dance. They called it Barbie arms or Ken arms for the boys, okay? Where their arms have to stay like this. On every ground stroke, you'll see the pros. Their arm will be like that almost the entire way through. For the serve, their arm is in this shape every time until they reach their own contact. On the volley, their arm is in this shape the whole way through. It's just a framework, okay? Barbie arm, Ken arm, whatever you want to call it. All right, so that's a side note, but it could help. Feature, racket head above, turn, turn. All right, I won't smack anybody yet. All right, so here we go. Vint, you're gonna go first. Actually, we'll have 2 up. So let's have 2 up at the net. We'll feed 2 and then rotate out, okay? Yep, Vint, Jen, come on up. Just a little more. Yeah, you'll be right over here, Jim. Yep, so both of you come on up. A little bit more, a little bit more. Good. After you hit 2 each, we're going to rotate out with the person behind you, okay? All right, here we go. So we've got 1. Yep, 1, 2, 2. Solid. Next up, next up. We switch out quick. Here we go. 1. Swiper, no swiping. There we go. Okay, a little less wrist and you're on it. Same thing. Both of you made good contact. Next up. Almost. Okay. Sorry, I can't do it. I am OCD about that. We'll take that. Way. So we'll chat about that next time. Here we go. I see it. I see it. Okay. Good. So when you take your right shoulder behind, at the same time, you should be lining your strings up with where the ball is headed. You shouldn't be finding the ball on the way forward. It should already be lined up, and then you just move into it, okay? One of the worst things is to have a ball up here, you prep down here, and you got it like this, it's not going to be clean, all right? We find it on the way back, we meet it on the way forward. Here we go. You ready? No worries. Okay. I see it. We'll take it. Here we go. Ready. Find it, meet it. Find it, meet it. Good. That was it, Tony. Hey, okay. The less you do with your wrist, the better, right? Leave it. It'll work for you. Here we go. Here we go. Solid. That's a good sound. I need you to hit me in the stomach next time, Jim. That's more like it. All right. Here we go. Ready. Yep. Yep. I didn't say you, Tony. Here we go. He's like, man, I've been waiting for him to say that. Come on. Ready, ready. Yep, we'll take it. Yep, same target, Jim. Right, again. Right. You aren't going to miss it that often because you have a target. So what happens out here often is that people miss a stroke. I go, oh, my forehand volley's not working today. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I never met your forehand volley. All right, what do you mean? It's not working. It's you. There is no like my forehand volley. That stuff doesn't exist. Okay? You cannot miss if you don't have a target. Here we go. Solid. Here we go. Whoa, I was kidding. I was kidding. Here we go. All right, that was nice, Tony. That's what we want. Ready. You're there, just 2 steps. Solid. Almost. We'll take that all day. Here we go. Couple more. Love it. Way to stay casual. Oh, finally caught him off guard. Here we go. And, oh, payback was on the way. I felt it. I felt it. Good. Love it. Yes. Yes. Those are great. Let's go. Find it first. Yep. There it is. Ooh, poor basket. Here we go. That was solid, Tony. Ready, ready? You can go, Tony. We got mixed up. It's all good. Here we go. Woo, made me respond. I didn't want to volley that back. I had to. Oh, no. So here's what happens. We didn't turn it all. You came in ready to hit, but you weren't in position for the ball. The ball was here, so you had to move to the ball, and then it went wild. But if you line it up, you're golden. You can sleep through it. Your volley is strong already. Next 2. Line it up, and you're golden. It was almost lined up. Can't do it. Thank you, thank you. Line it up. There you go. Line it up. That's it. Line it up early. Ready. Yep, all day. Yep, way to line it up. Yep, that's it. Let's see it again. Line it up. Oh, I forgot about my stomach. Here we go. Come on in, Vent. Yes. Just kidding. Here you go. Line it up. Oh, swiper, no swiping. That's more like it. Here we go. Ready, ready. Yes, way to line it up. Yes, way to line it up. Almost. Frame counts, I guess. Those are hard to hit back. Ready. Love it. Okay. Oh, swiper, no swiping. Same. Way to find it early. 2 left. Woo-hoo! I thought I was going to rally with you. Oh, so friendly. Don't be like that, Jim. Come on. I already have my coffee. I could take it. That's it. That's it. Give them something to think about, okay? Yikes. All right, so let's get them on up. Good warm up, y'all.
Hot chocolate today, guys. It's 52 out here.
Yay.
Cool drink. That's okay. You're spoiling it as it is.
I was going to say, we keep the hands your way. Thank you, thank you. So it's going to be a right side oriented day, right? So, or morning, I should say, right? So we started off on the forehand volley, left side for yourself. I saw you thinking about that. Wait, what? All right, so we start off with the forehand volley. And the reason it's right side oriented is most of the strokes that are on the side of your body where you use one hand follow the same principles. So I'm here, and I'm ready. My racket head's above my hand. I turn, my shoulder's a little behind. I make contact, off it goes, okay? If I'm gonna hit an overhead, my racket head's above my hand. I turn my shoulder behind. The difference is my hand is up here because I'm gonna make contact up there. I bring my body level and just let it go. All of this stuff is a follow through. The ball's already gone, so it doesn't matter that much, right? You can hit a really nice overhead, stop there. You don't need anything else. That's the whole thing, right? And then this is just to not hurt yourself by stopping. That stopping is what would hurt you, you know? So you're on your way up, you reach, go through, and then just let it fall easy. Shoulder back, shoulder level. Forehand ground stroke. Racket head above the hand so that the racket can swing, by the way. Okay, racket head above the hand, shoulder back, shoulder level. Shoulder back, shoulder level. For whatever reason, a lot of people feel like pros do a complete 180. They don't. They don't do this. They don't keep turning. They don't. Shoulder back, shoulder level. The racket goes the rest of the way, and then the momentum carries them a little further after, but they're not doing that. Okay, so just to highlight that, right? So once again, the 3. Volley, shoulder back, shoulder level. Overhead, shoulder back, shoulder level. Okay, forehand, shoulder back, shoulder level, all the same. Overhead's next, no pressure. Here we go. All right, slide on over, fellas. Let's get it cracking. Right side lesson, what do we call it? The 90-degree lesson? Quarter turn. All right, so same thing, 2 up at a time, all right? All feet alternating, you'll get 2 each, and then you can crisscross on the way back just like you were, all right? First 2 up a little bit. Here we go. And 1. Okay. 1. Okay. 2. Ah! Nice one, Tony. Okay. That was good contact, Vent. Any chance you can make contact a little further out front, that'd be fantastic. It's only a request. Okay. Shoulder back, level. Okay, we'll take it. Shoulder back, level. So one key is make sure your shoulder's level before contact. I'm here, I'm not going to hit you. So every time I look towards Vince, wait a minute, he's like, don't do it. All right, so the idea is this, right? Shoulder back as you prep, shoulder forward. When my shoulder comes forward, my racket's back to receive the momentum from my turn, okay? So I'm here, I turn, and then it gets hit from the momentum of my turn. Okay, here we go. Scary. Here we go. You'll have that next time. A touch sooner, Vent. Now. Okay. Now. That was pretty good. Not a lot to say about that. Show me something. Way to track it down. Next time you're on it. Nice. Now. I see it. So, Artie, are you holding that at about, what, an 8 out of 10 on the grip strength? So, I'm not going to ask you to go to a 2, which is what I would recommend, but at least like a 5 or a 4. Let this thing get a little breathing room. It'll give you a lot more control and power. And save your elbow later on. Here we go. Next 2. I know, right? I would put you guys on the sunny side for this. Messed up. No worries. That motion was right, Jim. Just hit your throat. Here we go. Ready, ready. Now. Okay. Ready and go. Solid. And go. Okay, you're taller than you think. That's good. Here you go. Now. Yep. We like it. Way to get it out front, Vent. That motion was fantastic. It was. I want you to watch the ball leave your racket next time. Woo! Scary. Here we go. Watch it leave it. Yep, just like that. Here we go. Next up. Hello. All right. Whoa, he wants to drop the hammer every time. Here we go. That is clean. Out front. Appreciate it. We'll take it. Out front. That's it. Here we go. Yes, way to get it out front, Artie. That's what we want. Caught Tony off guard. He still slapped it. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And, all right, we're starting to get to too many compliments. We're going to move on pretty soon, but good job, fellas. Further out front than that. That'll work. Now. Yep, there we go. There it is. Way to turn the shoulder early. Fellas, solid. All right, so that's a pretty ideal situation. You don't have to work that hard to get under that ball and hit it, right? But here's the idea. I'm not a big fan of chasing overheads anyway. And there aren't too many pros that are going to chase an overhead. If they get it, they get it. Otherwise, they'll just let it bounce, set up, hit a ground stroke, and just stay in the point. It's really difficult to chase an overhead because you need balance to hit it well, right? And actually rotate. Otherwise, you're just arming it. Okay, so even though these are fairly ideal, okay, that's generally when you want to go for the overhead. Otherwise, dance around it and hit your groundy, okay? That was solid, fellas. We'll save the scissor kick for next week. All right, so we're going to move right on to the forehand. Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, that he could do. All right, he's got that all day. Yes, all right, so we'll do all three of them later, but I want to check on that forehand groundy now, right? We already hit some pretty solid overheads. Head on back to the baseline. Still going to have two hitting at once, all right? So here's the idea, all right? If you're on Tony and Vince side, you're hitting up the line, okay? And if you're on this side, you're hitting cross court, all right? Here we go. Ready, ready. Yes, I was going to say, Jim, I was like, if you're not going, take a step back. What's that? You are going cross court. Asterisk next to your name every time. I see it. Okay, we're hanging. 2. Okay, in the beginning, I'm just kind of watching. We'll speed it up later. Just like that, minus the hand. Mraz. Hey. Okay. Hey. You're doing okay. So I'm going to ask you to do the same thing as Artie and just take that grip tension down a little bit, okay? The grip strength, we're going to loosen that a little bit on your forehand, all right? Looser grip. Looser grip, yep. Here we go. I like that one. Just kidding. You get a bonus. Okay, no worries. Alrighty, next time we'll turn that shoulder a little before contact and you're on it. Already you look good. Here, you get another one. That first was backhand. I messed you up. Here we go. Turn the shoulder a little before. Yeah, just for that little momentum before you go through the ball, right? That's what we're looking for. I still missed you, Vent. There you go. Smooth. Like the hell, hold on. We're going to do the same thing. When you touch the ball, there's no time when you should hold the racket. Let it do whatever it's going to do, right? If it doesn't work, it's my fault. Here we go, Vent. Let the racket go after you swing it. Yes. Yes. All right, next up. Okay, we're talking. Find it. We're on our way. Find it. Yo, that's what we're talking about. That was a ball. Way to turn and get some momentum first. Here you go. We'll make it. Yes, way to get yourself out of the way, Vin. That is smooth. Well done. It is like that. You already had the momentum. Same. You already had it. So what happens is we're a little off. We're like, I'm not going to make it. Ball's gone. It's a trampoline. So even the smallest amount of momentum is enough. Okay, here we go. And tag the shoe. Great. Not bad. Pretty good. Ridiculous. That's what we want. Same. Ridiculous. That's what we want. No rest for the weary. Hey, way to turn that shoulder early on the inside out. Just wanted to see that slice. There it is. You're still there, Vint. We're on it. We're on it. Hang there, Artie. Solid, Tony. Love it. Find it. Turn. Woo, you're right there. Next time you're on that. Okay? So I saw Tony motioning his hand. Woo, motioning his hand after he missed that one. All I said was, you're solid, Tony. Because I think he missed 1 out of 10. So when you miss 1 out of 10, the one you missed doesn't matter. It's just proof that you're human. Okay? It's not time to go to the drawing board. Yep, there we go. Come on, that is smooth. Yep, there we go. Like that, minus your wrist. Solid sound. All day, all day, all day. Here we go. Turn. Turn a little sooner and it's yours. Way to let it go, Vint. Yep, just like that. Woo, even on the low one, excuse me. All right. Thought I was being mean. Yo, once again, starting to get too many compliments. We're going to be moving on pretty soon. All right, it gets boring. I don't like being a cheerleader. Okay, I want something to yap about. Here we go. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, that's pretty solid, fellas. So the same principle for all these strokes, right? Early turn, use the momentum. Early turn, use the momentum. Early turn, use the momentum. All right, that way this can just focus on precision and not finding it, hitting it, placing it, and every other thing. There's too many assignments for one limb, okay? Great job. Let's get these on up. We'll move on to the next thing. That was awesome. We'll get these up real quick. Out here, anything we go over out here is a suggestion, right? There are a few rules in tennis. All right, I have suggestions based on the best players in the world that I have seen. They're only suggestions, okay? Because what do Federer's and Nadal's forehands have in common?
They move their feet.
They move their feet.
Well, shoulder turn.
Shoulder turn. You are absolutely right. Split step before they do anything, they split step. But they're here, they have a shoulder turn. The head of their racket is above their hand. Okay, Federer every now and then does this because he's an alien. But he is. All right, so yeah, Federer's an exception to a lot of rules. But either way, the racket head's above their hand. I should have said Nadal and Djokovic. But their shoulder gets back, their shoulder gets level, and then they let the momentum do it for them. But if you visually look at their two forehands, they look like apples and oranges, right? Federer is the aggressive, all the way through finish. Nadal is obviously the reverse, where his weight is on the back of his foot and not the front. They couldn't be any more different, but they couldn't be any more similar as far as the foundation of the game goes, right?
Is Nadal on the back foot so he can recover faster?
He ends up on his back foot because of the follow through of his racket. He swings. He's not pulling back. He swings forward so hard that the recoil of his racket yanks his body back. He's doing this as hard as he can, and then after it hits, the racket flies back, and he's switching weight from the other foot, so that pushes him back. He's so strong, you barely even notice it. The guy's like, whoa, and then he's just right back on it. He's an animal. Either way, it applies to one other one that we didn't mention, but it's pretty obvious, right?
Watch the ball.
The serve. Okay? Yes, they watch the ball. Oh, those there, see, so all these truths, right? No, really. So watches the ball is one way to put it, okay? But I'm going to, all right, so the first points were kind of mine. This one, I'm stealing. Thank you, Rick Macy. He's pretty good, okay? All right, so he was the coach of many, many, many pros that we watch on TV, including the Williams and a little bit of Agassi and some other legends. So either way, his thing on watching the ball was something that I never forgot. He said, telling, I know, right? Telling a, thank you. I appreciate it, Tony. I know you were going to help me out. Telling a student to watch the ball is a sneaky way to try and get them to balance the heaviest thing on our body. So our head, when we move it, throws us off completely. Even if you look past the ball as it comes to you and use your memory to hit it and you don't move your head, that'd be fine, okay? It really would be. The reason why we say keep your eye on the ball is so that people don't do this. Look while they're hitting. That turning of the head kills us, okay? So when you see a pro, when you see an amateur, a good amateur, they usually look like this. That's not a bad shot, okay? It's not a pro. It's a good amateur. I'm here. That's a solid shot. Dang, I would hit it right through the little gap. Anyway, all right, so the idea is this. The pros look like this. Every time. I guarantee it. You're never going to see a pro do this. They won't. And if they do, their box is going to be cussing at them. They'll be cussing back. Like, it's not going to be good. Okay, because that's just a fundamental. So anyway, off the soapbox, but I like all four to come back. We're going to do a little bit of serve for about 1 minute. And then after the serve, I'm going to ask you to toss to yourself and do another thing that's footwork specific. That'll help a lot, right? So same deal. We're back here, all four of us, 2 in the middle, 2 out wide. I set up. I'm facing my target with my upper body, right? When I toss the ball, what does my right shoulder do? Goes back. Okay, it's the same. Anything that's with this one hand, this principle stays the same, right? I'm here, right shoulder goes back, right shoulder comes forward, and then the racket hits, and you're done. There's not a whole lot more to it. Okay, I'm here, I set up, toss, right shoulder back, reach forward, touch, and lucky me, it worked out. Okay, and it's the same thing for any kind of serve. Even if I spin it, if I could actually touch the ball, even if I spin it, it's the same idea. You just turn, let it go. It does the same thing. Okay, fellas, have at it. All right, 2 in the middle, 2 out wide, watch each other. 2 in the middle, 2 out wide, grab 2 each, turn. We got about a minute before we move on to the next thing. We keep it simple. Shoulder turn, turn, touch. Yep, turn, touch. Solid. Turn, touch. Loose grip works wonders, Artie. There it is, man.
What I have to do, because I can't go like this, I have to.
So,
That's what you see. Yeah.
yes, can your turn assist that momentum of that arm? The first turn? Yep, the first turn. See if you can do that on the first turn. Not quite.
No, I could see the whole thing. It's really like a paralysis.
Yeah, no worries. If it doesn't, it's fine. Just curious.
Paralysis?
Yeah, because the reason I asked you is because I don't take my arm up. I swing it. My arm's here. It's why it starts here. I'm not going to start low. I start here. It swings down, but my turn just takes it the rest of the way. I'm not really doing anything. I just turn and then turn. Yeah. You know, it's not like I'm lifting and hitting at all. Turn. Yep, you turn and turn. Momentum based. And now, that would be a pretty big shift for you conceptually, so take your time with it, but it's something to think about. Okay. Okay, we got about 20 seconds on the serve. Just going through the motion. Solid. Right.
So the toss, when you're like this, is more out in front of you than to the side. Is that correct?
When you're like,
Well, I'm used to starting this way already,
Mhm.
so the toss is over here.
so what I do is, I start off here, but my toss is still over here because I let the ball go after I rotate.
Okay.
I let the ball go way up here. You know, I'm not going to throw it from down there.
Right. Yeah.
I just release it. You know, so you almost always want to toss the ball at 1 o'clock
Yeah.
or 11 o'clock if you're vent, right? Because that's where your natural throwing motion will be. You don't have to work hard to find that place. And that's the idea. That's a good question, though. So I'm glad you guys got your arms warmed up a little bit on the serve. Okay. I want to give everyone a great drill that you can do on your own. All right. So as much as I love facilitating and having the loudspeaker and yappity yap, all right, when you're on your own, something you can do to help your forehand tremendously, and then I'm going to go on to how you can help other strokes with this, okay? But your forehand first and foremost, and this is key. Pros do this nonstop. The next time you go to Indian Wells, when you see the pros practicing, their coach will drop it for them, but when they're by themselves, they do this, okay? It's more hand feeding than anything with the highest level in the world. Okay, so rack it up, all right? Kin arm, however you want to call it. So this is posed up. When I toss the ball, I'm going to toss it right here. Now, am I in a good position to hit that ball?
No.
Absolutely not. So I do that on purpose because the first thing I'm going to have to do is what? Create space. Most of us are awful at creating space. Okay, we're good at getting to the ball and then usually crashing into it. Okay, that's it. I mean, that's just how it goes. All right, it's just human nature. Every other sport, you go to the ball and you don't have an extra 2 feet of reach to work with. Okay, so what you do is you're here, push back, then come back, and then take your shot. As simple as that is. Oh man, if you do this even 20, 30 times a day and just make the toss progressively more difficult as it gets easy, right? So for me, I might toss it behind myself. Okay, I got to really back up, set up, boom, and then go. I hit it, but it wasn't clean. Okay, back up, set up, see it again, set up, boom. Let's go again. You just start getting familiar with seeing and then moving on reaction. Because what most of us will do is if we see a ball come near us, the first thing we move is our racket, not our feet, okay? We're thinking, how am I going to hit this? But instead, you want to think, how much space do I need? And then commit to the stroke, right? But this is key. While you're creating that space, you've got to be ready for the stroke so that it's available on command. I'm not going to say that you all should do this right now. One of you is going to hit each other. but it is a really important thing, okay? The last thing I'll say about it is when I get away from the ball, I push off of my front foot to create space. I'm here. The reason why I push off my front foot is because then my weight is on what foot?
Back foot.
Your back foot. And your back foot is your anchor foot. You need that, right? So I'm here, I push off. So now I'm in a position to have a stable stroke, okay? If I take a step back, now I can't, what am I going to do from there? I can't take a step back. And even if I do take another step back, now all my momentum is back, okay? There are lots of ways to get away from the ball, but there's one really effective way that every pro does, every single pro. All of these are another foundational thing. It's here, push back. They're on that foot. Okay, you're here, push back again, okay? It becomes so natural to use that foot to kind of just create space instead of walking, all right? Thank you. All right, so off the soapbox. Okay, now we're gonna put a little bit of it into practice. I'll go on the sunny side. Actually use these sunglasses. All right, so what I'm going to ask you to do is hit a forehand. After you hit your forehand, you're going to come on in and you're going to hit a volley. Okay? Bang, in, bang. Roll out after you hit your second shot. Okay? Roll out. There are two coming up at a time. All right, so it'll be an alternating feed. Forehand, forehand, volley, volley, out, out. Okay? No big deal. Yeah. Thought about it. I was like, I might want to see the ball coming my way. Maybe. Forehand, forehand, volley, volley. All right, ready. Forehand, forehand, volley, volley, not bad. There it is. Next up. Next time my stomach, huh, Jim? Forehand, forehand, volley, volley. That's it. Roll out. Next up. We switch sides every time. Thank you, Tony. Okay, and here we go. Forehand, low one. Forehand. There it is. Volley. Yep. Volley. There it is. Next up. Forehand, forehand, volley. Mean one. Volley. I'll make it up to you next time, Marty. Forehand, forehand, volley. There it is. Volley. Good. Way to recover on the volley, Jim. I know you didn't like that groundy. Forehand, forehand, volley. That's okay. Volley. We good? We good, Vint? Here we go. Forehand, forehand, volley. Yep, volley. Hello. Forehand, forehand, volley, volley. Good. Feel free to walk in after you hit your ground stroke, by the way. I know a lot of people think about running in. As long as you're moving in, it's fine. You don't have to run. Here you go. Here, 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 curb. The one thing we can't do, and I'll say this, right, as a guy that people think is tall, but not that tall relative to tennis, right? We're really not allowed to swing down very often in tennis. You pretty much have to be right on the net to swing down. The geometry does not work, okay, because gravity is going to do it for us, right? So your best bet is to think of the ball as going forward and then just watch it descend on its own, okay? Especially on that second volley, or on that second shot, the volley. Once again, if swinging forward seems like sacrilege to you, blame it on me. Do it and be like, well, Aaron said it. If it doesn't work, he's the one. All right, here we go. Blame it on me. Coming on in, volley that ball forward. Yo. Oops, one more. Okay, here we go. Solid. Yep, forward. Yep, and it seems like it'll go out, but man, gravity is effective. Yep. More consistency, more depth. Solid, Jim. I see you, Tony. Yes. Here we go. No worries, coming in. Yes, way to go forward. Okay, we'll take that. I saw the aggressive angle. Oof, come on. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Let's go again. Good, way to rotate. Nice. Ooh, I see it. There we go. We tried, Artie. Yes, I tried to bait you with a high one. Good job, Jim. All right, so when the ball is low, everything in our body says lift. But when you lift your hand, you're actually taking the racket away from the ball. You are not lifting the ball. Generally, when you lift your hand, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so the way to lift the ball is counterintuitive. The way to lift the ball is to go forward. That's how you lift the ball, not by lifting your hand. Okay, this racket swings. The swing of the racket will do it. Okay, there are lots of ways to think about it. Anything other than lifting your hand. Here we go. Oh, solid end. I know. It's hard, man. It's hard not to go down that hill. Here it is. There it is, Tony. There it is, Jim. Love it. Here we go. Yes. There it is. Yes. And let's go. That's going to stay in. That's how it works. Physics. Oh, hello. Tony, that's all day as long as it's in front of you. From back here, you got to use your wrist. from out here, you have momentum, right? That little turn and burn, little snap off my court, right? I like that shot a lot, but it's out here. Okay, here we go. Yep, let's go. Yes. Hey, way to go smooth on that. That was the first backhand volley I saw you hit today. Yeah. I see you, Tony. Ooh, yes. Yep, coming in. Okay. Solid. Way to hold the pose, Vent. Yes. Yep. Yes. Oh, it's tough. All right, yeah, that's right. We go forward, even up there. Yep. 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 And let's go. All right, just like that. We're out of tennis balls. Great job, fellas. Good work. Good work. We're trying. And make sure we hurt feelings in the desert and locally.
You know, when the pro feeds like this to the player, they also trying to groove a stroke without them having to get their feet right. In other words, you know what I'm talking about?
What are you saying?
You're trying to get someone to do something specific, so you just feed it to them so it bounces right here, and then all they have to do is just work on that one part.
It depends on how specific you're getting. Yeah, if you're talking pros, there are times where they isolate a nuance of the stroke and really, really go after that. Like, we weren't doing that today, right? But there are times where someone will sit just like this, a ball will get dropped, and they'll just turn. They'll be here, and they'll just go, and then they're right back again, and then they're right back again, and right back again. That's the muscle memory mechanics. Yeah. But more often than not, like that's more rare. More often than not, they're going to have a ball, the coach will toss it, they'll be close to the coach. You'll see them close, they'll toss it, and then they'll get away, and then they'll come back and hit it. And then they're waiting, and then they get away, and then they come back and hit it. It's just a way and in, because you will spend more of your time getting out of the way of the ball than running towards it when you play. It's just how it works as the level gets higher and higher. Those ISO drills are good though, depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah. I do, yeah. Like when I'm really trying to get them, when you see me do that, more often than not, what I'm trying to get them to understand is that the racket head travels from your head, right? But you see how my wrist is here, right? So my wrist is just above my waist. My wrist is just above my waist. But my racket head is at my head, right? Wham! I hit a ball down here. But where's my wrist? It's just above my waist. My wrist didn't go anywhere. So I'm trying to get them used to this instead of that. A lot of people take their whole body down. It's not like that. You swing the racket, you swing it all over the place. You don't, you know what I mean? Take your wrist. So that's what we're trying to get them to do. It's a tough one. It's funny, people always say it's easier to teach kids than adults, but that's not true. It's just that kids don't have any preconceived notions. Like they don't have any, they just don't know. So it's just, yes, they don't have to unlearn anything. That's the main thing. Everyone can pick this stuff up. That was good, y'all. And so we're gonna have a point-based one now, right? So in these point-based drills, you can feel free to attack each other as much as you like. We're all still friends at the end, right? But when you get out there and play, the people aren't going to give you any gimmies, right? They're going to do what they need to do to win the point. There's a drill we used to do called the yo-yo. I'm not going to do that, but the yo-yo worked just like this. Someone had to start on the service line, all right? And the player over here had to start on the service line. The feeder had two choices. They could either drop shot the first ball or lob the first ball. No other shots are available, only a drop shot and a lob, okay? And the player over there just had to deal with it, all right? So the player would be here, and you're ready, we're ready, and I go, okay, and I look like I was gonna hit a drop, and then I lob it, right? And then I set up and I okay, and this player has to go scramble. Well, here's the thing. I can only hit a drop shot or a lob. Since you're restricted like that, it allows you to see the court in a really unique way. Because if you don't have your natural bread and butter strokes, all of a sudden, all you see is depth. Because all you have are drop shots and lobs, right? So you're like, oh, they're close. When they're that close and all you have is a drop shot or a lob, you're like, oh, it's so easy to lob it over their heads because you don't even have another choice, right? The thing that gets us, the reason we typically miss the lob over the net player's head is because they run down our ball and we're like, ooh, up the line, cross court, oh, lob. Oh, man. Okay, it was just the decision was too late. The decision. So it's just automatic recognition reaction. So we are going to do a drill. It's not going to be the yo-yo drill, but I bring it up because I do think that that line of thinking is devastating across all tennis leading up to like the highest level collegiate. All tennis below that, it's devastating. Devastating. Because the level above that, the overheads are too good. You just can't. Okay, but on all the other ones, they can't do that. They're not going to like run it down and do a 360 killer overhead. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so just something to think about. Meanwhile, all four of you are going to be at the service line. We pair it up. Okay? All four of you at the service line. Well, Tony, Jim, looks like you guys are on this side. Come on over. That's right. That's right. So, in this game, you start off at the service line. It is up to you, okay, at first, whether you want to come in or not, okay? So this game is called Night Flight, all right? Night Flight. So if you're we're not doing it yet, but when I call out night, basically you're jousting, you have to go in when I call out night, all right? When I call out flight, all right, you've got to move back. But for now, do whatever makes sense, okay? So I'm going to feed back and forth to Artie and Vent. As they go through, do your best to win the point. Once he hits the first ball, you can go wherever you want, forward or backwards, okay? But not until he makes contact. Are we ready? No, that was just conceptual. You can hit a lob or a drop. You can do whatever you want, okay? Just something, just a feather in the cap. Here we go. No pressure. Here we go. Whoa, 2 times. Come on now. All right, so we're going to start this again. Okay, but on this one, the only thing I want you to make sure of, Artie, is that your strings are lined up with where the ball's headed. There you go. Too good. Here we go. Ready, ready. I like it. This next time we have to let him touch, right? Let him touch that ball. I like the intimidation, Tony. How dare you hit it. Yes. Let's go. Let's go again. Ready. Back to positions. And here we go. Good back up. Heads up. Let's go. I like the idea, though. Good pass. Ready, ready. We're on that. Wait for it this time. Again. It's okay. No matter how high the ball is, I recommend hitting it forward. Hey, this is just tennis. Here we go again. Here we go again. Too good. Solve the riddle. Hit down the middle. There it is. There it is. Diffusion of responsibility is a rough thing. Heads up. Love it. Yep. 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 Here we go again. Boom. You're on that. You were there. Wait for it. Yes. Good shot. Okay. Last couple, and then we're going to rotate, okay? You two will switch with them. I love it, Tony. I love it. Same thing I was saying to Vent. You just got to wait for it. Okay? Thank you. Yep. There it is. Okay, so Vent held that on his racket a long time and released last second. Fantastic. Let's switch sides, crew. I need to do better with what I say. I know you guys hear me saying wait for it, and you know essentially I'm asking you not to punch at the ball when it didn't get to you yet. You don't necessarily have to wait. You can get to the ball sooner, but it involves taking steps. You just got to move your body in. I don't want you to reach out to it, okay? Here we go. Let's go. All right, these are starting to look like doubles points. Ready, ready. There it is. More steps next time. You have more time than you think. Ready, ready. Sorry, behind you. OCD, man, I can't do it. Here we go. That's fantastic. Here we go. I like the idea, though, the no look and everything. There it is. There it is. Oh, one more step and it's yours. Ready. No matter how high it is, we go forward. I will be a parrot out here, right? You guys are going to hear me say the same things over and over. Hopefully it sticks, right? Here we go. Yes. Ready. Woo! Let's go. That's a reflex for you. And solve the riddle. It's a little sun for you. Here we go. That's fantastic. Close. Boom. I know, sound effects are rough. It wasn't any faster. I just said the word. So, same thing I was asking Artie before. Your first responsibility is lining the strings up with where the ball is headed, right? That's your first responsibility. Everything else just follows suit. Yep. Yep. Woohoo! Way to protect yourself. Man, I thought Vint was the one gunning for you. You have it this time. I know. My bad, man. I just can't. You just might move in, right? I appreciate it. Here we go. Good. So you are correct. Your follow-through stroke looked really good. You would have been able to do that if the ball wasn't right here. That is the key. Ready? Yep. Got him. Ready, ready. That's fantastic. Oh, you got robbed. What a rude net. Here we go. Yes, that was fantastic. Just too good. I know. No worries, man. No worries. Every time you do it and you feel yourself descending, you could just change it next time, right? And then it's a clean volley. Okay, here we go. Yes. Heads up. All right, nice. Looking good, fellas. Here we go. A few more. Yep. Ooh. You have that every time if your feet are moving. Hello. Maybe not that one. All right, nice shot, Tony. Heads up. Yep. 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 Ooh, I know, I know. Ready. First responsibility. Oops. Okay, so you did line them up. Your hand just went down. That's all. Line it up and forward. That's it. I think one of the most brutal things about tennis is how simple it is. Because we want there to be a quadratic equation, and it doesn't exist. It's not like that. You're like, well, maybe if I paint my pinky nail black and turn, no, man, it's just get the strings there, just move it forward. Very, very basic. Yep, that's it. Way to be there. Here we go. Yes, I got you. No worries, Vint. Here we go. That's why we're doing it. Heads up. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Heads up. Woohoo! Come on. Took it easy. Took it easy. I know, but we know. Exactly. No worries. Last couple. Gave you guys a couple extra over here. Yep. That's it. Here we go over here. Yep. Good get. That's a great way to make him touch another ball. All right. So if nothing else, when we're out here, what I hope is that you give yourselves constructive criticism when you're on court. What most players do is narrate their own lives, and that does not help. Narrating life does not help. Even if you have a soundtrack, it won't help. Okay, a lot of people, they miss 3 balls in a row. Oh, I missed 3 balls in a row. Yeah, we're all watching. We saw it. Yep, you sure did. All right, you're narrating life. That doesn't help anything, okay? You've got to give yourself context, right? So I also don't believe in positive and negative criticism. A lot of people think I'm really nice. I smile a lot. I don't think I'm that nice. All right, I'm pretty matter of fact, okay, when we go over this stuff. But I hate it when people are like, oh, my serve is awful today. Oh, my serve is good today. Is it effective? Just be rational, okay? Good and bad doesn't help that much. If I'm blindfolded, and we used to do this drill, okay? We'd have someone blindfolded. There'd be a wastebasket over here, a big one. You get a balled up piece of paper. You spin yourself around in a couple circles. And this was one of my favorite drills, okay? We call it the Davis Cup drill. Because in Davis Cup, you get harassed nonstop, right? Opposite of normal tennis. And so the first one, it's like, ah, are you sure you're right-handed? Oh my goodness, where'd you learn how to throw? Blah, 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 blah. They miss, okay? They miss every time, all right? Then you spin them around in a circle again, and it's, wow, your form is fantastic. Oh my goodness, man, are you Steph Curry's cousin? Okay, they still miss, okay? Then the coach spins them around the last time, and they go, turn 2 feet to the right, throw it a little higher. They make it on like the 3rd try. Because the positive and negative reinforcement is just fluff. It doesn't matter. Constructive criticism, okay? All right, so last ones. Here we go. Yes, because tennis is in between the ears, let me tell you. All right, here we go. Yes, woo! That was a nice forehand volley. Man, I know you talked about working on that sometime, but that was, if it's anything like that. All right, yo, yes. Way to protect yourself. Here we go. Boom. Yep. Yeah. Here we go. Heads up. Fantastic. Those are tough because it looks like a piñata. All right? All right? So you want to smack it, but nope. Hand forward. Very nice. Otra vez. Exactly. So what I love about it is this. As Jim hit that in the net, what I'm hoping is his thought isn't, gosh, dog it, I missed. Yeah, you're narrating life. No, his thought is, right, forward. I think he's just going to make the next one. Okay? That's how we progress out here. Okay, here we go. Heads up. Otra vez. Let's go, Tony. Oh. I know. Your racket was there. It was. Let's go. That is another fantastic forehand volley. Here we go. Yep. Let's go. Oh, your racket was there that time too. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Heads up. Woo! Come on. Oh, it's getting ridiculous. Are you serious? Oh, I was going to say, come on. Okay, so even though we're just 5 minutes in, hopefully you guys can kind of see this just gets you in a different mindset, right? When it comes to volleying, moving in, how we should hit that volley, okay? This is the first round of night, okay? So night, meaning everyone is moving in. No pressure. Thank you. Oh, smart. Yeah, they clear their side before we start it. Here we go. So moving in does not mean you need to kill. You can, but you don't need to. I found that placement hurts a lot more than power. Ah, good. Kind of moving. Man, I mean, I heard Ken say it was 52, but it's really nice. That's outrageous. Okay, so heads up. We're moving in, right? Geared up. Night. So as I feed this ball, we all start marching forward. I suggest you do not rush. Move forward, but you can move forward with caution. Rack it up. Here we go. Moving in. Yep, moving in. Oh, now Vin, where did we hold it? So We all need to move in slowly, okay? With our battle stations ready, okay? All right, here we go. Don't worry, it won't stay like this. Moving in. There it is. Here we go again. Moving in. Moving in. Yep, the points won't last long, so don't worry about it. Just keep your racket up, keep your eyes open. Try to keep it below their shoulders maybe, huh? Here we go. He just missed it. That's all. All right, but we keep moving forward, okay? Heads up. I know, I know. Moving in, moving in, moving in, moving in. Yes. So by Tony being right on top of the net, that point's over immediately. Okay? That's the idea. Here we go. In. Again. I saw you line it up first, right? So then here's the next thing. There it is. It's just a row of bullet points. Here we go. Sorry. Here we go. Good effort, Vent. Heads up. That's right. You line it up first, you're on it. Ready. Too good. You paid for it, you might as well use the whole thing. There it is. Yes. Ooh, caught the line. Caught the line. Heads up. Yes. Moving in. Moving in. Yeah, that was the right play, even though that hit the net. And Tony's reaction should have told you it was the right play. As he's, all right, here we go. Otra vez. Same ball. All day. Thank you. Heads up. Otra vez. Same. You're fine. You are there. That's right. That's right. Same thing for you, Artie. You're there. Wait for it. Here we go. Yes. Yes. Now we're playing some dubs. Let's go. Ready, ready. Yep. On our way. No worries. That's what it's all about. Yep. Almost. Thank you, thank you. Couple more. Yep. 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 Let's go. Way to play. Good heads up plays all around. Fantastic. Just checking. Oh, there it is. Woo! No matter how good that piñata looks, forward beats down, forward beats down. Heads up. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's tennis, just a touch long. That's tennis. All right, I was just letting it pass you, Tony. Thank you, thank you. Yep. 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 Ooh, I know, I know. Tough one. Ready. It's all good. He chose forehand. If you're moving forward, he can't do that. Fantastic. So, flight. Flight. This time, they started. Tony, can you move those two out of the way, please? This time, they started, and we must move backwards no matter what. Okay? Ready. Ready, ready, ready. No worries. Thank you, Tony, for moving these out of the way. Now, same thing. Right when they hit the ball, you two need to move backwards immediately. Okay? Immediately. Ready? Everyone's moving backwards after contact. You don't have to lob them, Tony. You can hit a normal shot. I would recommend it. Okay, here we go. Ready. Now, when you come back and watch the tape, let's go again. Last one on flight, okay? Last one on flight. Moving back. Ready. I love it. Okay, so time. Let's get these on up. And when you review the tape, a wonderful thing that you will see, this happens every single time, by the way, without fail, okay? This drill is more of a trick than anything, but it's always great when I haven't done it yet, okay? The night and flight drill shows us that you hardly ever want to be going backwards, okay? So much so that I can give everyone explicit instructions over and over and over again, and you just won't do it because you know it's wrong, right? You just inherently know that's just not the way to go. All right, so ignore flight unless you get lobbed. All right, great work. That was funny. I said run backwards, and everyone's like, all right, it's good. I love it.
On a lob, should the guy that's up get back on the baseline with his partner? If we're supposedly tied together at the waist.
On a lob, so you mean we're both up at the net, and you get lobbed, so your partner's going to get it.
Yeah.
Your first move is a diagonal one.
Okay.
Diagonal. So you head back here. And then what happens is you're covering this part of the court, and if your partner hits a good enough shot, you're right back in, which is the goal.
Okay.
Yep. That's a good question. Isolated the forehand is twofold. Do you have a two or one-handed backhand?
One hand.
So on a one hand, you can. On a two hand, I generally don't recommend it. Okay, just because the whole like toss grip, there's not enough, it just messes things up. On a one hand, you can. However, you have to do some specific things. Like, this is the starting position of a one-hander. All right, I don't hit the one-hander out here that often, but when I was a competitive player, I was a one-hander. I was not a two-hander. I hit two-hand all the time because 95% of my students are two-handers, so I have to be more familiar with it. And as they got to a high level, like I could always teach it, but they would say, okay, so I got a guy that's hitting like a 90 mile an hour inside out to my two-hander. What do I do? And I'm like, I don't know, because I had a one-hander. I would just think my mindset was different, so I had to start using it. But on a one, you start here, okay? And essentially it's the same idea when I was saying, hey, my wrist is right above my waist. All that happens, but my hand is just here. The racket's doing all that traveling. I'm not doing anything. So as long as you have this set up, you're good. So to toss to yourself, get really familiar with this frame, okay? Leave it here, okay? Because then you can toss, move, and then come right back into the shot, okay? If you can't find this frame, you're not really gonna have enough time, because you're gonna toss and then find the frame, then set up and then hit. It's just not, generally something's gonna go wrong and it won't be your technique. So like the drills, it hurts if you have to rush, because then you won't use the right technique. The forehand, the beauty of it is, this is all, I'm ready. So then when I toss it, all I'm doing is turning and releasing. There's nothing to do, okay? Backhand is essentially the same. If you're comfy enough with it, you push off your right foot instead of your left, right? Push off, set up, see it, and just let it go. Don't miss. Push off, see it, and just let it go. And that's the idea, right? Out and just right on through. It's a good question. So more than anything, 3 hallmarks today. Number one, the overarching one is obvious. Right shoulder, back, level. Not 180, not back, all the way. Don't twist yourself, okay? No yoga poses. All right, so we're here, back, level. Number 2, racket head should start above your hand. Every shot in tennis, there's no shot that starts like this, okay? Every shot, if it's a volley, okay, if it's an overhead, if it's a serve, if it's a forehand, it doesn't matter what shot, slice, they all start above your hand, okay? So if we're like this, we're just adding an extra step before we can effectively hit the ball, all right? So we just want to stay there. So first is shoulder, shoulder. Next is racket head above the hand. Last but not least, man, those 2 steps. It's funny because I need to start asking for like 10 steps. I need to go way beyond, right? It's like, oh, 1, I was halfway there. Like the 2 steps mean all the difference in the world. Okay, this ball's coming to me and I could do that. I can make it, okay? But I'd rather do that. It's just the difference between 2 steps and no steps. It's a big difference. Fellas, as always, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Good drill.
Great work, y'all. Great work. Man, I didn't drill the whole time. I didn't even leave any time to watch you guys play.
Fred Gilbert had this deal where he put something on his wrist attached it to the frame
Oh, to make you assume this position.
so that you always practice like that.
The L shape between the racket and the arm is a real thing. Is a real thing.
I remember in the junior clinic, I was just watching. The pro would never, if you were right-handed and you were standing around, you were like this.
You had to be like this, never like this.
Like this.
That's pretty good.
And